You're now watching episode 18 of the Tax Smart Daily, a daily video series for real estate investors to learn about saving money on taxes and stay out of trouble. I'm Brandon Hall, and I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't want you to miss any future video drops. Additionally, join our Tax Smart Real Estate Investor Facebook group and the Tax Smart newsletter. Links to both of those are in the description of this video. Lastly, if you have any questions or if anything that I say resonates with you, please leave me a comment. I really appreciate the folks that take 10 to 15 seconds out of their day to leave a comment and engage with me. It's my oxygen, keeps me coming back to the table time and time again. Today's topic is a little bit different this time. It's actually a big Twitter thread that's blowing up, and it's about, would you take $1 million up front or something else on a monthly basis? And I'll read it to you here in a second. Now, it is relevant from a tax perspective because it has to do with installment sales. Well, not this Twitter thread specifically, but that's what kind of made me think about doing a Tax Smart Daily video on this and tying it back to tax. So we'll talk about installment sales and how you as a real estate investor could use that here in a second. But here's the Twitter thread. It's actually really funny. So the handle is Profit with Ant, which is funny, and you'll know why it's funny here in a second. So it's at Profit with Ant. Would you rather get paid $1 million right now or $50 per month for the rest of your life? And he says, I'll take option B, $50 per month for the rest of my life. That's what passive income is. Find a way to make passive income. It'll change your life. Now, if you're thinking, wait a second, $1 million right now or $50 per month for the rest of my life, and you're telling me $50 per month, and you're going, whoa, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. You are right. That does not make sense because it's going to take you 1,667 years of $50 per month payments to get $1 million. So that's a heck of a long time. You will be long gone by the time that you actually get that $1 million. But what's funny is there's also a follow-up to this. It's from the Twitter handle Sweaty Startup, at Sweaty Startup. And he says, I'm going to take option B all day long, that $50 per month. What people don't understand is one half of that $1 million is going to be paid in taxes. You're going to be left with $500,000. $50 a month can be used to pay, $50 per month can be used to pay my cell phone bill, which I'd use to make more money, or my internet bill, which I'd use to get smarter and make more money, or rent a power washer each month to make more money with, I guess, with starting a business. So you've got a fan of the $50 per month option. It's all absurd. It turns out both of these guys, Profit with Ant, accidentally left a zero off, and I think that he either meant $500 or $5,000 per month, and he followed up in the Twitter thread. And then Sweaty Startup, he later said that was just a joke post because everybody was up in arms like you can't do basic arithmetic. $50 per month over 1,600 years, you'll finally get to $1 million. But where Sweaty Startup kind of started making me think was the tax implications of this, right? So the tax implications are I get money up front and I pay taxes on it today, or I get this recurring payment every single month for some period of time, and I pay taxes over a spread out period of time. So in the real estate sense, that spreading out your tax bill is typically going to be like seller financing. So I've got a $100,000 property. I've paid off my loan, so $100,000 of equity, and you come in and buy it, and I'm going to seller finance it to you. So I required 15% down, so you put $15,000 down, and then I carry back an $85,000 note, and you're going to pay me this $85,000 note over time. If you structure it right, it can be called an installment sale. And because I'm receiving the profit over time, I'm receiving your payments over time, I don't pay tax on whatever gain was associated with my $100,000 property. I don't pay tax on the entire gain up front. So if I accept the $100K today, if I just sell the property outright, I'm going to pay tax on whatever the gain is. Let's say that I bought the property for $60,000. So I've got a $40,000 gain on this $100,000 property. If I sell it today, I pay tax on the $40,000 all up front. It might even push me into a new tax bracket. And this is this is kind of where we diverge a little bit from the Twitter thread, because the Twitter thread's $1 million in your pocket. It's probably going to be ordinary income tax rates, whereas selling real estate would be more capital gains. But regardless, I have to pay tax on it up front. It might kick me into a new tax bracket. I might pay more taxes as a result. Or I can spread this $100,000 property out. I can spread the recognition of receiving the cash out over time. And if I spread it out over time, that $40,000 gain, because remember I bought it for 60, I'm selling it for 100, I've got a $40,000 gain. If I spread this out over, say, a 10-year note that I'm seller financing, then I spread the $40,000 gain out over the 10 years of payments that you're going to make to me. So you can spread your tax burden out over time by just carrying back a note. So that's an installment sale. When you receive money up front for a full upfront liquidation, you just gotta run some numbers. The cool thing is you can put all this into a spreadsheet. It's very easily done. So it's not rocket science. It's just, okay, I receive 100K today, 40 of that's gain, a taxable gain. So now I'm going to pay tax on that entire $40,000 of gain, and it might kick me into a new tax bracket today. Or I can spread the gain out over time, and I'll recognize that $40,000 in gain over the years that I receive payments for my loan and or the note that I own, your loan, not my loan, the note that I own. I'm rhyming, and I'm a poet, didn't even know it. Anyway, I spread the $40,000 out over the 10 years of the seller finance, the installment, and I stay in a lower tax bracket as a result, potentially. Either that, or I just don't pay the tax on it up front, which can be good. But you can run a net present value formula in Excel to see what the better option is, which is really, really cool whenever you're trying to decide, should I sell it up front or should I seller finance? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video or today's video of the Tax Smart Daily. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, drop them below. I love engaging with everybody, and check out all of our links. Follow us online. We've got cool communities that you can join, and we'd really love you to be part of our overall presence on social media.